folks. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Most of you have. And I've been here about 8 years doing non-pop, mostly traditional country music reaction. So today I've got a gift request. Well, on this one, I've got a gift request from Eliyahs Romans. So Eliyahs, thank you again for this gift. And whenever I see your name, I'm like, that is one of the most fascinating names I've seen, the way it's spelled. Curious to know its origins. I have ideas, but none of them am I set on. Sometimes you could say, oh, that's like Eastern Bloc European, that's Israeli, that's, Australian or the way it's spelled, or British, but I really don't know. So thank you, my friend. And Barbara Fairchild's song, Under Your Spell Again. And I don't know this song. And I've done a couple of Barbara songs, not this one. I did a Wilson Fairchild one. I don't know if they're related. Maybe they are. But Under Your Spell Again. Uh-oh. This could be a poignant song. It could be an up-tempo song. I don't have a lock on this one. But Eliyahs said that he lives near Branson, Missouri, and he has run into Barbara numerous times, and she is really nice. And I've got another gift request of Eliyahs coming up tomorrow, and he requested Mo Bandy, and he said the same thing about Mo. He runs into Mo fairly frequently, at least recently, and Mo is also really nice. I love that stuff. So, as a performer, when you're in the public spotlight, you're always on when you're out in public. So if you're a jackass even one time, that stuff goes viral nowadays. But performers, when they're genuine and you read right through it that they're not just putting on an act. But it is nice when they're nice or making the effort, because he could say it does take a lot of energy to be a public performer, not only when you're on stage, but when you're out in public. The people just, if they like your work and they know who you are, they're going to want to talk with you or just acknowledge you. And that sort of takes emotional and mental capacity, if you will. But Under Your Spell Again, here we go. It's got a California dreaming feel already.
I swore the last time you let me down that I wouldn't see you if you came around.
Long drawn out notes.
But I can't tell my heart what's right or wrong.
Oh, I like this.
And I've been so lonely since you've been gone.
Before they get into it, I love that they're drawing this out, because this is part of the subtext of what goes on, whether you're writing a novel or anything. If you want the tempo, the reader, let's say it's a book you're reading, if you want them to feel that things are speeding up, if you're describing an action scene, you make short sentences. You don't make long sentences, because that takes longer, and there's a conflict there between like the action and the heart rate's supposed to go up. You do shorter, quick sentences. And in a song where you want time to feel like it's dragging on or standing still, you would drag out the notes. I have never heard notes dragged out in a song like I am in this one, and it's very well done because it's matching her voice.
You got me under your spell again, saying those things again, making me believe you're just mine. You've got me dreaming those dreams again, thinking those things again. I've gotta take you back just one more time.
Guys do have that power over women. We don't realize it, but we have
Everybody my faith in you. And way down deep inside, I guess I know it's true, but no one else can make me feel the way you do. You've got me under your spell again, saying those things again, making me believe you're just mine. You've got me dreaming those dreams again, thinking those things again. I've gotta take you back just one more time. Yes, I've gotta take you back just one more time.
Hey, it might work. It might work. You know, the thing, people, the line in the middle there where people are telling me I'm a fool type of thing, for taking you back. And people will tell you that people have said that in relationships that worked really well. I mean, there are issues in relationships, and they don't just show up in the beginning, but there is going to be conflict in the beginning. And sometimes it's really big conflict because you misunderstand each other. You don't understand each other's lingo, the way you speak, what you mean by certain things, and that takes time to get used to. And so there can be problems in the beginning of a relationship, but once you get to know each other's ways, what words mean to one word might mean one thing to one person, but it might mean something different to another. And communication is a big deal. Uh, you know, and you learn each other's language. You learn what motivates one another. You learn what buttons not to push. You learn what the other person likes, not just in terms of food and music, but just you learn who's a good listener. Communication is a big thing. And there are frustrations that will show up, and they're normal, and they're going to continue to show up even after you're married 30 years and dedicated to each other for life. That's just the nature of humanity. How you deal with those frustrations is different. But people will get, in the beginning of a relationship, there might be a couple of moments, let's say, where you both say, we're going to break up, or one says, like, I don't want this. And then one of you is upset, or you tell your friend, and your friends will be like, they want to support you. So like, oh, that person's no good anyway. And they say that because they want to support you, but really those are times not to say anything because you just don't know. And like even in my life coaching, I don't tell people what they should or shouldn't do. It's very rare that I do. I lay out the dynamics that take place in relationships, and then people can decide and need to decide for themselves. It's very serious business what they decide to do with their lives. But just generally in life, to think that you know how that anybody knows how you should approach another person when you typically don't know that person is just not right. So many people have been told not to stay in a relationship. The person did, and the relationship worked out. So much for people giving advice about leaving a relationship. And they can be proven right. Sometimes the folks will be right. But in any case, it's, just to be there for a friend and to hug them and to love them and say, look, whatever you decide, I'm here for you. You obviously love the guy. You obviously want to give it a shot. Give it a shot. You might get heartbroken again, and you didn't hit rock bottom yet. If you're willing to take them back this time, in life, sometimes you do need to hit, so to speak, rock bottom before you make that decision to move on or to make a change in life or to start working out. Maybe you just feel out of breath all the time and you're like, I can't take it anymore. I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack or something. And you just start to gradually lose weight and work out and make a change. You got to hit rock bottom though. And relationships are the same way. So What a silky smooth voice she has. Goodness gracious. All right, guys, I'm going to rate that song. That was just beautiful. The instrumentation was beautiful. The number that struck me on this one was 9.3. It absolutely just was silky smooth. I don't know if it would have gotten airtime or not. I could see it getting late night airtime possibly or very early morning. I don't know, but what a voice and a beautiful production on there. And it's just a simple song thematically. She's taking him back. She's torn up, but she's taking him back. And that is the way so many relationships go. So, all right, guys, you can thank Eliyahs Romans for that one. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.